it's Teddy, aka. Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka James Kazal and Mtgo, coming to play some Grixis Control. Before that, just a quick reminder, I do have a Patreon launch now, so if you want to see some more great Grixis content or you want to see me play something else, yeah, check it out. Links in the description, and also if you comment and subscribe, that goes a long way to help. Without further ado, we got some new tech from Murders at Karlov Mansion, and this time it's in the mana base, which almost never happens for Grixis Control. I feel like the mana base has been the one thing that hasn't really changed in all the years I've been playing this deck. Recently went down to 19 lands because of the addition of Lorien revealed. But now we have an actual factual land that we can run in the deck. It's called Undercity Sewers. It's part of a cycle of lands with basic land typing, and when it enters the battlefield, you surveil 1, which can give you a lot of selection and control over your draw step, which is very powerful. It does enter the battlefield tapped, so that's something to be aware of, and a huge liability for these decks that are barely keeping up with the Ancient Tomb decks and want to have a large quantity of mana despite not being able to cheat on it. So just be aware of that. However, we are also a deck that doesn't mind putting out a fetch land. Maybe we don't spend our mana, we want to wait and see what our opponent does. Maybe they draw a go, and instead of just passing and not doing anything on our turn, we can crack our fetch land, get a surveil trigger, and hopefully just draw us into the nuts and crack our matches wide open. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what that does. I'm excited that there is a new lane we can actually play, because there's been a lot of cool tech lands through the ages, and none of them really lined up in the right way for Grixis Control. They didn't have either like basic land typing, or they just asked too much of the mana base. So yeah, looking forward to that. Got Spell Pierce, which is great. And other than that, the deck is pretty much exactly the same. I got Obstructionist, Jace, Sorin, K-Command, all the classics. Oh, there is something interesting in the sideboard, though. Got this card, Force of Despair. Came out in the first Modern Horizons as part of the Force cycle there. And it was brought up on a couple discords as some good tech to fight goblins. I don't think the goblins matchup is that bad for Grixis Control, but it's true that there are times that they just like play Cavernous Souls and then cast a Muxus on turn 4. And if you're caught without like your Nimble Obstructionist or a Thoughtseize to strip it away, which, let's be honest, is pretty narrow because they can always just draw another Muxus, then you're kind of in trouble. So I want to try Force of Despair out. It kind of nombos with some of the other cards in the deck, like Snapcaster Force of Despair doesn't feel great, but I think it could be interesting. I was also trying Necroplasm to fight things like, Living End, or not Living End, Rhinos, and I think Force of Despair is also pretty applicable against Rhinos and that Living End deck that's been going around. So I'm excited to try that out. Yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully we got a lot of cool card selection moments with Undercity Sewers, and yeah, let's play some Grixis Control. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. We got an Island Ponder Keep hand. No way to get at our Undercity Sewers yet, but I'm sure that will come with time. Opponent taking a mulligan, we might just be dead, but... And they're on the play, so... Well, let's see what happens here. You could say I'm unafraid. Rainforest, yep. Underground Sea Ponder. It's a lot of decks that do that these days. I've been seeing the Arcan Rescaminator going around, which is like Reanimator with Bowmasters and a permission package, which is frankly nuts. Looks like we are getting a turn though, which is nice. They don't shuffle. Maybe next turn's going to be a problem. If I draw a land, there's a good chance it's black. And maybe I'll just hold up Cling. Yeah. And that way I don't have to get my Ponder dazed. I can just get my Cling to Dust dazed when they reanimate a huge monster. Doesn't look like that's what's happening though. They're going to set up a little more. This time they do shuffle, and they don't play a land drop either. So really, oh, never mind, there it is. Wasteland. Yeah, this is kind of looking either just like blue-black scam or the more popular blue-black or Scaminator thing. I am going to ponder now, though. I was hoping to see Force of Will. Can't really turn down this land, though. I think I'll just stick with 3 lands for now. Get a Snapcaster Mage. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That is 4 lands, which is good for Cling to Dust if we ever fill up our graveyard. And then maybe we'll, like, cast Jace and not get Bowmastered. There's a lot of things that could happen here. I also don't want to run Strix into Bowmasters, which is being so clearly telegraphed here. We got a lot of options, as usual for Grixis Control. This is probably going to get Basic Mountain, though, because I don't want to just get wasted. Even though I really want to showcase the... Oh yeah, 2 Wastelands? No way. I do really want to showcase this Undercity Sewers, but it's just not the time. Alright. I guess I should have done that on my end step. Just in case I would have had to do something, I could have untapped afterwards. Punt number 1. Ponder. Yeah, there's no reason not to. This also might get them to commit the first Bowmaster, which would be hilarious. Yep, there we go. I love it. This unprovoked Bowmasters is what really cracks the mirror open. I think I'm still going to bolt it, though. Yeah, it's pretty good, I think. It's really hard to turn down anyways. So I'll put Brainstorm in my hand for now. Never know what kind of maneuvering I'll need to do. Maybe I'll play Strix. Then they could just, like, Entomb Reanimate, though, so... We'll just hang on. Taking 1 is a bit of a bummer. Yep, here we go. They might even just try to, like, reanimate the Bowmaster in the yard if they're really trying to look into get some velocity, because I'm slowly accruing more resources. What do you think of this? Good deal. Yeah. Ooh, and a fetch land. So they're probably going to make some moves now. I imagine they just fixed their underwhelming hand because they haven't done anything for a while. Oh my goodness, is this Sultai Beanstalk? This might have been just like a really slow start for Beanstalk because all these cards are in the Pokemoki deck, which would make total sense why they would force a Narset. These the Rescaminator deck I was talking about is like all in on a track, so I don't think they even run Grizzlebrand. So they wouldn't care so much about Narset, other than the insane card advantage it affords me, of course. They're also not representing a Bowmaster right now. I don't think there's any reason not to just slam this Jace here. If they have to force, then that's the 3rd force gone. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to draw. I'm going to Brainstorm. Thoughtseize is nice. I think we can put 2 Brainstorms back. Just focus on this. And I highly doubt they held on to Daze for this long. Cool. Alright, Beanstalk, I want from the Catacombs. I haven't really liked Flusterstorm against this deck. The cards that really matter just aren't really susceptible to Flusterstorm, so I'm going to get Red Blast, because Murktide is like the one thing they have over us. And from the Beanstalk, of course. But if all their Murktides are dead, you know, like, they can draw all the cards they want. Won't change anything. Force of Wills. Having some amount on the draw is nice, but even then, I kind of just don't want them. I do want Plague Engineer. Yeah, their forces are just so much better than ours that it feels so silly to have this card in your deck. And then Obstructionist doesn't really do the right thing. This is a battle one in very small increments. So I'm also going to cut Thoughtseize. Having 1 in the 75 is like a nice tool, or the 60 I mean is a nice tool against Sultai Beanstalk, but I just don't think you can really depend on it. Taking a mulligan, that's beautiful, and the 1 of Force is still here, which is where you want it to be in your opening hand. Also Spell Pierce, catching a Beanstalk is Just absolutely nuts. Tropical Island, Carpet of Flowers, that's fine. I'm actually pretty happy to see that. Best draw here is a land by far. Bolt. So if I play this island, I will give them carpet mana. It won't be enough for them to beat Spell Pierce if they cast Beanstalk, but it's still kind of annoying. But if I play Mire and then have to Spell Pierce a Beanstalk... Oh, shit! Oh, alright. Well, that's what we're doing. Jesus Christ. That's 2 punts already. Only on the first match. It's not even really a punt, though. It could have been the right play, you know? Like, here we go. I mean, if they Wasteland me, it's going to be pretty goofy, but... It's not like I'm going to not do this. If this resolves, like, the whole game changes dramatically until I can resolve a Narset. Nice. Okay, there's no argument there. Which means it's possible they sided out Daze. Or they just don't have that many in their deck. Ponder, yep. Force of Will. No, just kidding. I've had someone force my early game Ponder before. Don't know how good that play is. Okay. No shuffle. Oh, we really need that land. Giving him a lot of mana here is a bit suspect. And this is virtual card advantage at this point because they can prioritize not lands with their cantrips since they're getting quite a bit with carpet. Although this is mana that has a window on it. You can't just spend it whenever you want. Wasteland, yeah. This is awful. I think I need to play Bowmasters here. Beanstalk. Okay, let's see if they fight over this first. I'm definitely going to point a force. Or will I? See, this is tough. This is really tough. If I can just like force their methods of controlling my Bowmasters and just ride this... I mean, it resolved anyways. I already have pressure. So if I ping them for 1, down to 18, I think the cards that they'll accrue via this Beanstalk is far more harmful. And then I pitch Narset, which seems insane, but if I can just like start shooting these Ambush Vipers in, I might have enough onboard pressure to win. Ponder, okay. Ponder's a good, probably the second best draw after a land. Okay, cool. I think we might be doing it. They have 2 cards. Their board is not that great. They are getting extra mana, which sucks. If they play Leovold, that's kind of annoying, but... Oh, wow, they're just done. Okay, so their draw step did not deliver there. Okay, so this matchup is really bad on paper, but if you can kind of just, like, stop them from getting the Beanstalks in, like, Spell Pierce being in your opening hand is a really great boon against this deck. Yeah, there are just ways to do it. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Got a little treat for y'all today. It's Mafus Van Gogh, definitely the best blue dredge player alive, or the most dedicated, I'd have to say. He's shown up on the channel before and won. He's playing first, which is bad, but if we survive, I got Spell Pierce and Thoughtseize. So we'll see. Could be bad. Mulliganing means like literally nothing for blue dredge. Island, careful study, aye. It's already happening. 2 dredgers in the yard. Yeah, we're in some trouble. I don't really see any point in thought seizing now. So we'll just see what happens here. But game 1 is often just a lot of reconnaissance against this deck. See if we can glean any tech, because yeah, oh, I should put a stop in the draw step too. Classic dredge interfacing. Ooh. Oh! Got Narcomoeba, no bridge, that's good. Bowmaster has also given us a lot of cool tricks for this matchup. Colosseum, that's bad. Okay. I mean, what's there to really do, you know? Yeah, go for it. Okay, another therapy. There's a bridge. Okay, here we go. So is this a dread return target? It must be. Double bridge from below is really bad. So now it's completely acceptable to concede right now. We're going to brainstorm instead. I mean, he just knows that. Well, maybe he'll think we're playing Doomsday. I don't know. Because I have been doing that a little bit on the channel. And the queues. Okay. So yeah, this brainstorm has pretty much sealed our doom here. And maybe I'll just like keep him guessing. Because there's really no way we can come back from this. But that is how game 1 is supposed to go. I did not have the Force for the Careful Study. I had the Spell Pierce, but I was on the draw. So it didn't matter. Force of Despair seems kind of applicable in a weird way. Surgical, of course. Thoughtseize on the play. Flusterstorm also on the play. Pyroblast is also interesting. I might take a couple. We'll see if there's enough cuts here. Because, yeah, we can cut Sorin. Narset's weirdly good. Actually, no, it's not. Well, sometimes. It's also a blue card. Kolgon's Command is extremely inefficient. Lightning Bolt is also not great. We don't need the basic mountain here. Obstructionist is also kind of strange, but I could see it being good. Molten Collapse is actually better than Edict here. Although we did not see a Hogak, or did we? I don't know. I was distracted by other things. We can trim another Bolt, I think. Or maybe just the other Edict, actually. Yeah. Oh, we need one more cut. Probably Narset. Keep one around. Alright, let's see what we get here. Oh yeah, when I made a qualifier to saying Mafoots is the best Blue Dredge player in the world, that was not meant as any kind of dig. I just try to not speak in superlatives too much. I think I have to mulligan this, even though it has a Force and a Cling to Dust. Oh no. It's getting worse. Alright, also taking a mulligan. I am going to 5, because like Molten Collapse is a card you don't want in your opening hand. Okay, here we go. I need black mana. I'm going to keep, and then I have to ship Thoughtseize and I think Narset. Yeah. I do miss having like big grave wipes, and the rise of that Living End deck has made it something I'm more interested in. Because, yeah, the single target stuff is not often very effective against Dredge decks. And if Dredge and Living End were a part of the format again, I'd be thinking about cards like Spellbomb or Ashiok, you know, stuff like that. Alright, I need to brainstorm. I need to start developing. They can't daze off this Coliseum. Otherworldly Gaze, yep, go for it. Literally nothing I can do. Now they're thinking about it. Okay, so they got an Imp and a Looting in the yard. Our brainstorm was horrible. Jesus. Alright. We have a Flusterstorm. Now I think I probably just need to extract Stinkweed Imp, which sucks. And then maybe I can counter Faithless Looting. I don't know. We're not in good shape here, but I feel like if I just get into a fight of like trying to like, oh, do I extract Icarage or do I extract Bridge from below? I just need to like, it doesn't seem right to count on their dredges being bad. Maybe I can just like stop them from dredging until I can draw black mana, and then Cling to Dust seems pretty good. Let's do this now. Then if they force, okay, we got one out of their hand too, which is pretty good. Other bad news includes them having another Otherworldly Gaze, but yeah, their hand is not great. If we can just like counter everything forever, then we might be in business here. Yep, that's all 4. Okay, just making sure. It's easy to make mistakes with surgical extraction because you do actually have to physically make the call to remove that stuff. Fluster that for sure. And now they kind of need another land drop before they can do stuff. Of course, they could just draw like LED or something like that, and we're drawing completely dead, which is really bad. But it looks like we're getting away with something here. It's just 2 draw steps. And then after that, we could literally draw anything. Hopefully either a blue card or some black mana. Oh god, here we go. That is probably it for us. That brainstorm not hitting was really bad. Yep. If either of these come up with a dredger, and it's pretty likely, despite me extracting Stinkweed Imp and them having a grave troll in their hand, then we are not in good shape. Whoa. Okay, that does not happen very often. But they just put 3 cards on top of their library, and they probably did that to... No, they just took a draw step. I thought they were maybe like protecting... Okay, careful study. This makes more sense now. So that'll happen, and then with any luck, we'll have some... Nope. Oh, wait. No, they don't have Threshold, do they? They might have some other way to draw cards, like Faithless Looting. Narcomoeba, Cabal Therapy. Yeah, we're kind of in trouble now. I was really hoping for that Brainstorm to work. No bridge, though. We're like weirdly in okay shape if I can like hit Snapcaster Mage or a Black Source. Okay, a Black Source. That's good. What's the move? I can't get rid of all the Grave Trolls. So now I'm in this weird place where I need to fight over payoffs, which is really bad. Man, Snapcaster Mage would have been nice there. If I could hit something that draws a card, that would be nice, but I think I just need to hold this up for a bridge from below. Natural draw? Do you think they would name Cling to Dust with a Cabal Therapy? Do you think they'd use Cabal Therapy before having a bridge in the yard? Yeah, something's happening. I don't think they're going to name it. Of course, if they just name like Force of Will. Okay, Bowmaster's got it. Yeah, we're in weirdly okay shape. I mean, they could Coliseum and just like dredge up a storm here. Or they could hardcast Icarid. Or wait, no, I'm not tracking the hand quite right, am I? Did they? I think they discarded the Icarid. Okay, here we go. Probably hit some bridges at this point. Dread Return. There's a bridge. And 2 Narcomoebas. 2 bridges. Oh boy. So I think I need to hit 1 bridge with Cling to Dust, and then hopefully I'll draw Snapcaster Mage off the top. And then we could be in business. I can't hit both Narcomoebas, so they will be able to like Cabal Therapy. Things just aren't really working out. Come on, Snapcaster Mage! Ah, shoot. Okay. Well, we might be able to damage control this. Oh, does this give creatures haste? No, there's something else. Anger, of course. And they had a Narcomoeba in hand. So they can pretty freely convert these into 2/2s. With 3 Cabal Therapies, they could strip my whole hand. Minus this Bloodstained Mire. And hit for 6. That's pretty good. Then it will be up to me to try and... Or they could just Dread Return. Yeah, that also is a lot better. Yeah, I think there was a window to really control this draw. But with that Brainstorm missing as hard as it did on a Black Source, I don't think there's any way we can come back from this now. We don't have like a board wipe or anything. Force of Despair was another card we could have drawn. It's just a land. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll do this. Red Blast. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Alright, let's give him the GGs. I think there was a world in which we easily win this game. But, yeah, let's just keep rocking. Here we go, match number 3. Just had a pretty disappointing loss to Blue Dredge. But this hand has Force of Will and Nimble Obstructionist, 60 card strategy. If they're up to anything unfair, we have pretty good odds here. Also 3 lands, 4 spells. That's like really nice Okay, I probably don't need this draw stop again. Oh, look at that. It's a fan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks everyone for the support. It's been really wonderful. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. Oh, it's burn. Okay. So I think I take Swift Spear here. And then probably force another creature. We're on the lookout for Cling to Dust at this point. That should be able to break the mirror open. Or not the mirror, you know what I mean. Break this matchup open. Mountain. Suspended Rift Bolt. Alright. Obstructionist can do like a weird cryptic command impression on a Rift Bolt. If I stifle like the coming off suspend trigger and then also draw a card. Pretty nice. Alright, so we should also be aware of Price of Progress. Strix is good. Spell Pierce is also very good. Do that for now, because I think Spell Pierce is a better pitch than Strix. I don't think I'll need to force anything. Alrighty. Gonna get hit for 3 here. Mire. So working with one unknown card over there. It's Skewer the Critics. That is painful. And they're not going to suspend the other Rift Bolt. That's interesting. Alright, so at the end of this turn, I'm either going to flash in Obstructionist or I'm going to point a Spell Pierce at something. Chain Lightning. Yeah, we're getting real beat up here. Man, they're going to make another move, it looks like. Suspending Rift Bolt, okay. So if I K-Command right now, they probably just drop their Bobble. Yeah, what's the point in that? I could counter Rift Bolt next turn with Nimble Obstructionist. That probably seems fine. Spell Pierce becoming my Force of Will pitch. I need to spend my mana. There's no way I can't, so yeah, let's do that. Bobble down. That's what I expected. Alright, got our basics. Price of Progress deals 2 right now. Alright, this is the thing we stifle. Getting our Cryptic Command value here. It's a land. That's too bad. So it kind of sucks, but I think I do Force of Will Lightning Bolt just because Exquisite Firecraft is a very real card and it's uncounterable. But I wish I could just find like Cling to Dust and not have to worry about anything like that. I don't even know if I play out this Scalding Tarn, to be honest. Narset. Okay, well now I probably do. Let's play the Strix. Bowmasters. That's pretty good. I don't think Spell Pierce is going to catch anyone, though. Okay, they're going to Pseudo Scry here. Might see them fetch. Hopefully see them fetch. Okay, cool. But 3 cards in hand, one of them being Lightning Bolt. I'm at 7. Things are a little scary. They're just going to pass, though. Well, let's get to going. I think Narset being able to find Cling to Dust is probably worth the risk. And I probably can't wait any longer. Once they start getting even more cards in hand, they can, like, just burn me out over the top. Going to 6 is pretty dangerous, even with this Force of Will. Jace. Is that better? I don't think so. Narset looks deeper. Hail Mary? No. Take an Edict. Hit for 2 here. Don't want to just lose to like a haste creature. But they're at 13 now. And they're not firing those. I think they're probably just going to wait to have like a critical mass of burn spells. And it's like not super unlikely that Narset finds Cling next turn. Goblin Guide. Okay, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Bobble. So this is like a very bobble-centric version of burn, and they just want to like really churn through the deck. Now, do they bolt Strix? That's interesting. If they have to start playing control, I think this is wrapped up. Yeah, usually Spell Pierce is like really good against burn, but definitely missed our window for that. Last card is Lightning Bolt, so for even more reasons than there usually are, I think Jace will just Fate Seal, Ponder on top. That's kind of cool. So I could block, or I don't think Edict is getting any better. So we'll do that. And they're looking at my force. This will give us a Bowmaster trigger, which slightly swings the race, but also just might give them a card to kill me with. We'll see. Could go either way. Really want to Cling to Dust. Huh. Yeah, okay. That should do it. Do this before they have multiple skull cracks. Now that we're at 12, I don't think there's any way we can lose with a Force of Will. Now they probably should like bolt the army token, even though that's like really a losing battle. Bobble. For the longest time when I played MTGO, I would just play by myself and not have all y'all watching. But I do enjoy recording. Okay, now a Lightning Bolt of our own will end this, which we haven't seen any yet. Another Force, that's crazy. Alright, let's go. I'll also take K-Command. Oh, if I had pondered first, I could have had lethal. That's very silly. I guess I'll just take another, what, Bowmasters? I already have double Force blue card here. If they crack a fetch, then I can end the game. Being at 12 is pretty nuts, though. Let's see, I could just like force something random. Oh, I need to force twice, and then I could exile my Nimble Destructionist and gain 3 more life. Spike, okay. Just gotta stay above 4. Chain Lightning. Yeah, that's okay too, right? Let's see, so they could bolt, and then I force the bolt. Just trying to think how this goes wrong. Or I could just send the Chain Lightning back. Is that a good idea? Then they send it back, and then they can't afford to bolt. Bolt me. Okay, so now they can't Exquisite Firecraft. Fire Blast. I can Spell Pierce that. Alright. Finding that Cling to Dust off Narset was just completely changed everything. Although I guess I could have also... I mean, we would have drawn different cards past there, but maybe Force of Will would have kept us alive. I don't know. So let's have Hydroblast and Flusterstorm in, and I think that's about it. Force of Despair doesn't seem that great. We'll see, though. We can get these Thought Seizes out. Narset. Oh, they have so many baubles. I wonder. I mean, Bowmasters will pick up that slack pretty well. We're not up against, like, a control deck. Don't need Basic Mountain. Although we do need our land drops. So let's bring that back. I think this is good. There's nothing in the Undercity that will gain you life. So, yeah. I'll pass on that. So we can play on basics, and we have Flusterstorm. I think this is fine. Double Bowmasters will ensure that we're applying pressure, which is really important to do against burn. Sometimes if you're just like controlling burn, eventually they'll just like top deck burn spells and win. You know how it goes. Rift Bolt suspended. Probably just fluster that. And a pause. I wonder if they're thinking about running some baubles out. Although those are good for prowess triggers. No, they decided against it. There's some tension there though, because Bowmasters can really capitalize on those bauble triggers. Strix, not a bad draw. That resource generation is nice. If I hit land number 3 and K command and just start sweeping their resources away, it's not bad. Alright. If they have a Simian Spirit Guide, they can get this Rift Bolt through. But Pyroblast will not work. Countered. Eidolon would be a little unfortunate here. But if they have like Swift Spear or something, Strix can really get in front of that. I don't think they have Swift Spear because they just played a Bauble. No activation though, which is kind of strange. Land is awesome. In the interest of applying my own pressure, I think I'm just going to see if I can... Well, I will be able to catch this Bauble trigger, I think, unless they spend a burn spell on a Bowmasters, which would be pretty bad for them, seeing as I'm at 20 life. Man, it's turn 3. It's not what burn wants to be doing. They're also kind of flooded for burn. Vortex, I don't really care about this, actually, until I draw Force of Will. It's also annoying that they can stuff my Cling draws, and they have 3 lands, so it'd be pretty difficult for me to really get my life gain going now. So let's, shift gears here and just start dealing as much damage as possible, because now they're down to 3 cards in hand, and they'll be taking a 1 every turn. We'll also be taking 1, which is not great, but I think given I have more cards in hand and a better board than them... Oh, Sorin, nice. So now if I can cast Sorin and they have to just like continually spend a red each turn just to make sure I'm not getting lifelink value, then that's pretty good for me. Yeah, let's also cast a Ponder here. I'm going to put Edict in my hand. Or no, I'm going to put land number 4 in hand. There we go. Only problem with Sorin, like, the plus ability is a bit of a liability against burn, even though you don't have to put that card in your hand. Like, just accruing loyalty on a Planeswalker, I guess, is not that bad. And then if you can deal 13 and gain 13 against burn, I'm not sure if they can win. Yeah, they are super flooded for burn. Another Vortex. That is fine. The only forces getting cast now are definitely going to be hard cast. And a Rift Bolt might do themselves in with that. Yeah, it's 10 damage for a Rift Bolt. Searing Blaze. Ouch. It's a good card. God, Searing Blaze is so good. Oh, God! Is that really worth it? I can just cast my own Bowmasters in response to this line. And you're dead on board. Maybe they just want to see my new tech. Oh, Surgical Rolling Vortex. That's gnarly. Alright, so I don't think there's any way this could really go wrong. Pretty sure we just swing in here. Edict is back anyways, cool. Opponent is super nice. And a channel supporter. I truly do appreciate y'all. And this should put us at 2-1. This is one of the faster leagues on Grixis Control I've played, but I really want to at least surveil once before this video is over, so let's go to match 4. On the draw in match 4, kind of a weird hand. You never really want to see Basic Mountain in your opening hand, especially not with 2 Strixes, but against opponent keeping 7. I've got lands and spells and brainstorm. I really don't want to throw it back. It's by you. Okay. Probably against Cradle Control. Or Black-Green Artisan, or whatever people are calling it these days. Maverick. Okay, that's a good draw. Would it have been better than Lightning Bolt? Probably not. Strix is kind of a pain for this deck, though. Unless they are really on Bowmasters. Reclaimer. That is a real pushed card. Well, let me tell you. Lair of the Hydra. Okay, they're down to 3 cards, which is pretty cool. And in the interest of spending as much mana as possible, I'm going to do the dreaded end of turn Brainstorm. Cool, cool. This is actually shaping up. Is Brainstorm really just the worst card out of all of this? I don't know. I'm going to put my trust in drawing another land at some point and ship this basic mountain. Then the plan is to untap, get a bad lands, shoot ignoble hierarch with Orcish Bowmasters, and then ideally hit Elvish Reclaimer with Kolaghan's Command. Although if the second mode is, if they don't put my Bowmasters in the graveyard for me, the second mode will have to be you discard, at which point like I need them to have preferably 0 lands in the graveyard, but they'll probably have at least 1. And then I can't make them discard, because then they can just discard a land. Wasteland? Oh god. Man, these decks are getting just impossible to predict these days. Endurance, sure. That is bad. Although Baleful Strix is pretty nice against Endurance. Okay, so they want to shuffle my Badlands back into my deck? So I guess the new plan is just play a Strix. Ooh, Force of Will. Cool. More Bowmasters. So this has some inherent issues, like if I shoot Dryad Arbor, it's going to be really hard to take out Reclaimer with Kolaghan's Command. Is this an Artisan? It is an Artisan. Okay. Card's pretty good. Cradle. Hierarch. Okay, so no surprises. Let's see if I can do something about this. Can I get an attack? Still no attacks. Can I get a land? Edict. Not a land. Okay, we're in some serious trouble now. I was really hoping to hit a land. I think I need to brainstorm and hopefully find like land Lightning Bolt. That seems like the move. Close. Not quite. So I guess I just, what? Bowmaster, or maybe I play another Strix. I could still hit a Lightning Bolt at that point. I couldn't cast it though. Edict seems really bad, which is too bad because it's probably one of the only ways I can really challenge this stuff. If they start getting their Bowmasters, there might have been an argument for forcing Fiend Artisan. I guess I just believed in my deck too much. Yeah, I think my instinct is correct here. Alright. Jace. Can't imagine that'll be super relevant. Kind of just staring each other down right now. See if they want another Wasteland. I'd actually be okay with that. Losing the Bayou is interesting. Oh, they want Arbors. That also makes sense. I think they're just moving to Overwhelm right now. Okay, we've missed the boat on ever defeating Reclaimer, I think, as it happens. Oh, I was thinking Small Ball. Now they can get like Atraxa. Yeah, I totally messed this game up. I should have forced the Fiend Artisan. That was a huge mistake. They could also just get like Craterhoof. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is lethal. Okay, yep. Whoops. Time to get my head back in the game. That was horrible. Sorry, everyone. Easy force on Artisan. Okay. Opposition Agent, yep. Love that one. Man, I feel so rusty. Let's cut an R-set. Spell Pierce is too narrow. Even though the spells that it can counter are super relevant, It's just a little too narrow. And then I think I'm good cutting what? How about one Jace? Or the Jace? Oh boy. If I mulligan on the play, I'm just never going to be able to recoup. Also, this is we're learning today. There's no trophy on the line. They're keeping 7. It's a fair fight, yeah. Things are good. It's Bayou. People love to thought seize. I don't know how effective it is, rather than just like playing to the board and just making people answer that. Okay, so let's go ahead and definitely hide Lorien revealed, and then get rid of one of these Force of Wills. And then I'm really curious to see what they take here. Maybe just thought seize. I would probably take Strix just because it's the most resource positive, but yeah, seems like they were like, oh yeah, thought seize is the castable card. Let's just take that. They might be sitting on Wasteland. Alright, here we go. Undercity Sewers. Surveil me a land, please. No, I don't want that. I want a land. So if we get a land off our draw step next turn, I'm considering this league a success. And see, people are already curious. Pretty good, I think. Oops. Recording a video about them right now. Oh yeah, Sweaty Aardvark. Thinking about trying the green-black one in here. I say, yeah, that sounds good. Wasteland. Green Sun. Do I just force this? I don't think so. It's going to get Dryad Arbor. So we'll probably get Wastelanded, and then we're just hoping to really hit a land drop. That's all we really want. Surveil did not come up with one. Neither did our draw step. Okay. Brainstorm missed on land too. I mean, we knew what we were getting into, keeping a 1 land hand. Bowmasters, I will force that. That's going to be a little hard to come back from. We're really counting on this Strix to not just like die when it hits the battlefield. Pachuca Bog, sure. Could be a lot worse. Come on, land. Thought seize. Well, it's something to do, I guess. Take Grist. That endurance is really annoying, though. But I think I'd rather fight it with a Strix than force it. Really don't want to force it. Endurance, yeah. Yeah, I just don't see us winning a game where I need to force endurance. That just seems so bad. Probably cast Ignoble Hierarch here. Yep. Okay. Still not too late. Okay, now it's kind of too late. Jeez. Nothing happening. Hit for 4. Not good. Kind of a lot of damage. Could even have Bowmasters in their hand at this point. Oh my god, Lightning Bolt. Can't beat that. So what am I hoping for now? Land to Edict, and then... Oh, they can just... Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I didn't cast Edict. I cast Force. This is a lot of damage. Not feeling optimistic. Land. Bowmasters would be great here, but I need a second land first. Yeah, this whole game has just kind of been a bit of a farce. Okay. I'm good. Guess we'll try and get that 3 and 2. Running into all kinds of celebrities today. Tony always shows up on this channel in match 4 or 5 and destroys us. I swear I've beaten Tony off camera. Yeah, hand looks really good. I like Narset, I like Force of Will, and I like Bowmasters. Tony keeping 7 is never a good thing. Tropical Island? Alright, well, Okay, Brobble makes me feel like this is still some kind of storm thing. But whether it is PO, maybe not. I don't think that deck would run Tropical. Lorien Revealed is really nice. Land number 3 for Narset is pretty sweet. And I think Strix is like the clear pitch here, unless I draw like, I don't know, a Jace or something. What is it, Show and Tell? Thoughtcast. Yeah, I'm going to let that resolve. Okay, they looked at our Brainstorm and our Force of Will. They probably deduced I already had Force of Will, though, by my hesitating. Now let's get Volcanic Island and then Island Cycle for Underground Sea. They're going to draw 2. Back up to 7 cards. Land is not that great a draw. But Bowmasters, Force of Will. I guess if something goes like really wrong and Bowmasters seems bad for some reason, I can Brainstorm, look for some action. I mean, the Thoughtcast and the Baubles makes me suspect this is some kind of PO deck. Maybe Veil of Summer has become really relevant tech, and they want that in the main board or sideboard. Saga. They don't have any artifacts, but, I mean, how long is that really going to last? Aetherflux Reservoir. Yeah, this card's a real pain, but, like, I have K-Command in my deck, and, like, is a pain when they're, like, going off, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't think I can let this. I don't think I can counter that. Hate to say it. Let's go. Bowmasters. That resolved really quickly, so that also makes me feel like Narset's going to resolve. Lightning Bolt. Cool. Might be able to catch a construct with that. Narset. Resolves. Hell yeah. Thoughtseize. That'll be cool. See what happens. I'm hoping Narset and Force of Will can stop a big combo turn here. Or if they get through Narset, maybe Bowmasters will give them some pause, but it's not very effective through an Aetherflux Reservoir. They'll be gaining a lot more life than they're losing, that's for sure. Okay, so they make a construct. It will be a 3/3 because of the Seat of the Synod. Pretty annoying. But flash artifacts aren't really a thing. Another Bowmasters is cool. I probably Thoughtseize before anything else then. Giving them priority is a little scary. Ooh, Paradox Engine? I think I take that. And then I think I take Edict. And I'm all of a sudden feeling like pretty darn good, unless they have something insane they can tutor for. Bolt there. Cool. It's a lot of Ancient Tombs in hand. I'm guessing the Thoughtcast did not really deliver. And then let's go ahead and Edict this right now before they get like a Haywire Might or something. Spell Bomb. It's pretty good. And a Lotus Petal. So, do I just force this? It seems really funny, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to do that. Really, really want to keep Narset around, you know? I just really want to. Then if they get through that, maybe Bowmasters, and 2 of them at that, can really help out. Ooh, Nimble Obstructionist. So if they do find red mana, I could counter a Spell Bomb Shock. And if they don't do anything, if this Narset is still just keeping them paralyzed, then putting in more Bowmasters can be probably pretty good. Now, it might have seemed kind of silly to force Lotus Petal, but since they had a Thoughtcast in their hand, I'd rather... And that 2 cards could really just like completely set them off. Okay. That happens. Oh god. The Lotus Petals. They're back. Having 2 forces hit the bin is kind of cool. So we know their hand. And I'm wondering how badly they want to take care of this Narset. In the meantime, let's push some damage here. This will make our army a 2-2. We could also just like bluff and swing out, which might tell them we have another Bowmaster, but I'm going to brainstorm first. Okay, we do have another Bowmaster, it turns out. That's probably just as good as holding up Nimble Obstructionist, right? If they take a block. So I guess I put a land on top. Or what if I need to force? That's tough. There's no way I can do all of this turn. And maybe just like trying to get a chump on Emery just isn't even that good. Maybe I can just like K-Command, shock Emery, and destroy Pyrite Spellbomb, I guess. Or Seat. Or Aetherflux Reservoir. Kind of trying to end this game. How likely is it that they're going to draw a red source? Like, probably not that likely. And then if they draw a red source, they're not... Well, they can cash out Thoughtcast at that point, and then Disaster can break loose from there. Yeah, I think I'm going to attack first and see what they do. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to destroy the bomb there. It's going to be hard for them to gain a lot of life with this reservoir if Narset's still around. And they probably are a little scared of drawing off that as well, because then they go to 4, which makes Ancient Tomb kind of hard. Might be seeing an Otawara here. They're going to bounce Narset with Otawara. Okay. And they are going to draw a card, so maybe they're going to count on their reservoir to like allow Ancient Tomb to do stuff. And I agree they probably just need as many resources as they can get trying to win next turn. I got lethal on board in a lot of ways. Pedal, okay. Not a bad start. Now they can Thoughtseize and... Or I mean Thoughtcast and not lose to Bowmaster triggers. Yeah, this could get very bad for sure. Just kind of need them to maybe whiff right now. Grim Monolith. One unknown. It's the frickin' One Ring. Okay, they get one more draw, and then I can reinstate Narset. So they also don't have blue mana. I have high hopes. I wish I had Bone Crusher Giant. Untap Monolith. Look at my stuff. Yeah, I wonder. No, I think I just need to play Narset. Then if I can find a Force of Will, I'll be feeling solid. Brainstorm. Oh yeah, I knew that was there, right? Okay, don't need all these Bowmasters. So now let's shuffle and try and find a Force here. Gotcha. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. Can't force an Otawara activation. We did it! Okay. So this does look a lot like the deck we usually play against when Tony's on the channel. Yeah, I like Meltdown and Red Blast. That Tropical Island is making me very curious, though. I'd like to know what is going on with that. Also didn't see any like Transmute Artifact stuff, but we also were like locking their draws down pretty well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they still have like the whole coveted jewel package. In which case I really want Opposition Agent. And Cling to Dust is not as good. Lightning Bolt, it's so hard to cut Lightning Bolt against an Emery deck, especially when sometimes they side into like a bunch of Lodestone Golems. So I suppose I can cut the second Cling. And then Soren is a little slow here. Yeah, it's hard to know what posture they're going to take post side. I think I'll cut Jace and then also, so no 4 drops. We don't need the basic mountain at that point. And I guess I'll cut 1 lightning bolt. Unsurprisingly, taking the play there. No force, but they're keeping 7, and I like Opposition Agent and Kolaghan's command. And hopefully cantrips will find us something that'll keep us alive, but with a Grim Monolith star, it's looking pretty darn fast over there. If they go key and then 1 ring, that is not good. Okay, fortunately, they don't do that. Either that, or he's just playing on Force of Will, like a good player. Ponder. Yeah. Pitching Brainstorm is a little sad, but it's better than being dead. And then I'll just have to rely on these really powerful 3 drops to win. Paradox Engine. See, now forcing Paradox Engine doesn't always seem like a great idea because this card on its own is not card advantage. I'd much rather force something like a ring. But if they just have like all the mana in the world just to go off with. This is also a sitting duck for K command. And you can have it. Yep. It's a lot of mana. But it ain't card advantage. Well, there goes Ponder. Into the void. That is card advantage. That is worth a Force of Will. And I hope your last 2 cards are not Force blue card. Whew! Aw, oh, come on. You kidding me, right? Okay, well, we're screwed. Pretty much draw their whole deck now. Land. Thoughtcast, yeah. I showcased this on the channel not too long ago, so I might just cut all this out. We all know how this deck works. They even have the reservoir. Yeah, I think there's like a completely 0% chance of missing at this point, especially since the ring just draws more cards each time it taps. Yeah, we don't have to watch this. Okay, so we had Force of Will. Our Ponder came up with Force of Will, but being on the draw was just too slow. It would have been nice to have 3 mana there. Then we could have... Or wait, no, I don't even think that was possible. Yeah, because that was turn 2. We would have had 2 mana at that point. Crazy, man. Let's run it back. Or I want another Thoughtseize on the play. And then Meltdown is not super effective against this deck since a lot of their artifacts are like the 1 ring. Paradox Engine costs 5. It's still getting Saga though, so I'll keep it around. Cut 1 Edict. This is like the same hand as last time, but we're on the play this time. Yeah, this looks good to me. I really want Opposition Agent to do something. Yeah, I'll might do something if we're alive on turn 3. Manifold Key, that's scary. Is that worth just like melting down immediately? Maybe. Okay, yeah, I think this is worth a meltdown. Oh god. Bobble. Well, if they cash those in right now, yeah, they are, then it's pretty likely that they have like Force blue card by the time we cast Meltdown. So I guess at that point we should just Thoughtseize and then just count on Meltdown doing stuff with to answer these. There's a Saga Constructs. Alright, well, let's brainstorm first. Move some cards around. Set up some live draws. Okay. I think I'm good shipping 1 land here and then Baleful Strix. Now let's Thoughtseize so we don't just lose next turn. If they force this, we're in huge trouble. Okay, so they have force but no blue card. Definitely taking this 1 ring. It's not even close. Please don't Thoughtseize bug. Although, yeah, they'd be able to cast it. They'd miss out on constructs, but I mean, you don't really need constructs when you have a ring. Although, if they want to beat like Narset, they have a force. I hope they don't find a blue card. Seat. And if they force opposition agent, they might not have a force for Meltdown at that point. Force, I think, is our best draw. Another Meltdown. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just going to play opposition agent. Get hit for 1,000,000, and then hopefully melt it down. And we do this now. Before they can find some way to counter it. One unknown in hand. It might be a blue card. There's some hesitancy here. Okay. It might still be a blue card. Maybe it's Dismember. I don't know. Yep. We'll see if they drew a blue card or not. They did not. They did not draw us particularly well, in fact. I think I'm just going to take Bauble. Get an extra card. There's no Shadow Spear or anything. Deck looked pretty normal. Seat, love seeing that getting run out. Taking 7 is brutal, but they also will not have a board next turn, which is good. This is probably one of the most epic meltdowns on the channel, I think. Yeah! You have no board! You have no board! Let's see what's getting drawn here. They're drawing a Bauble. That's not so bad for us. Ponder. This is insane. Do I really need Force of Will right now? I think I'd rather make a land drop. Play Narset next turn. And pick up Force with Narset. Oh wait, shoot. I forgot about the Bauble trigger. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll get good again someday. Now they'll look at Force of Will. Hopefully be suitably discouraged. I think if they force Narset, I force back. It's just such a hammer if it resolves, and it does. I'll take K Command. And we're swinging for 3, which is gigantic. Saga, that's pretty good. Grimmon, yep. Alright, what can we draw? Land, not mad about that. Activate Narset. Let's grab Thoughtseize. Maybe strip that Force of Will. Yep. Then let's swing for 3 here. Brainstorm, if I can add to the board somehow. Snapcaster Mage is pretty good. Put these 2 back. Ancient Tomb, Bauble. We'll have some pretty big constructs. Unless I just like do a, I don't know. I don't want to just like play badly. But it is tempting to just like melt down and then K command the construct afterwards. Maybe that's not even that bad though. I mean, they'll be able to make another one though, so I just need to make sure I can survive a hit. Oh, and also, let's surveil. Trash that. Another land, not great. I do need to hit for 3 right now. Like, it's pretty important I do. Could brainstorm. Bowmasters. Okay, so I think probably what I'll do is swing and then K command, destroy the construct, and deal 2 to them. And not the most impactful K command, but getting damage across and making their ancient tombs a little worse is pretty good. And we got them to 4. We don't have any lightning bolt in the graveyard, but there's 3 in the deck, so it's not crazy to find one next turn. Construct, yeah. And then that combined with the Bowmaster ETB, they drew an Ancient Tomb, which is really unfortunate for them. I'm just going to take another Bauble. Seems like we've outdrawn Tony this time, which does not happen often. Alright. What do we get? Another land. Okay. Well, let's melt down. After this attack, they'll functionally have 1 mana under a Narset. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We have Force of Wills. They're drawing a Bauble. Yeah, it's just, I think it's done. I think we've done it. I guess they could play Bauble. No, but then we can Bowmaster. We can Bowmaster right now. Oh, God, I'm bad. Alright, we got there with a 3-2. So I think this deck, or this card rather, is pretty strong. Having too many in your deck obviously will give you a lot of curving out issues, just because having a land enter the battlefield tapped is a big liability. But in a deck with so many fetch lands, and sometimes you're not spending all your mana, it's pretty free to just do the modern move of fetch at the end of turn and get some extra selection for your draw step. I like it. I'm gonna probably do another video of these. And the matches were pretty cool. We got completely destroyed by Cradle Control. I played very poorly in game 1. I definitely should have forced that Fiend Artisan. That was a no-brainer. Game 2 was a little more dominant for the green deck there. We just didn't really put it together. And yeah, I'm just really haunted by that Brainstorm completely missing in game 2 against Dredge. Losing game 1 against Dredge I'm not really worried about, but yeah, that gives me some pause. Otherwise, yeah, we just beat Burn, which is not really a meta deck, but always fun to run into. We beat Tony Madness, and we beat Sultai Beanstalk. So, yeah, I'll consider this a success. And be on the lookout for more Undercity Sewers content from me, and I'll see you next time.